This causes anxiety. This causes stress. This causes high cortisol levels. Seriously, it really does slowly, but actually very quickly kill us. Seriously, where's everybody rushing to? To death? Hello, everyone. How are y'all doing today? I missed you guys. It's been a long couple of days. Alrighty, so today I am going to enlighten everyone about this wonderful subject that I have been actually living for a couple of months, and I have noticed such profound changes in me, in my life, with everyone around me, and I wanted to share it because hopefully if you guys implement it, it'll do the same for you. I started implementing this because I used to have really high stress levels and high cortisol levels because I would be living very, very quickly. What is living fast? Living fast is just constantly rushing through everything in life, rushing through everything you're doing, just constantly rushing to get something done, to do this, to do that, to fulfill this, to get this done, to complete this objective, to get this routine done, doing everything just to finish it, just to have it done. And so just rushing through life, just doing everything very quickly just to get it done, moving very fast to get to where, to get what done, and for how long, and why. Why are we always rushing to get something done? This causes anxiety. This causes stress. This causes high cortisol levels. This is exactly what it did to me. Just constantly doing things just to get them done, doing things very quickly, and not enjoying anything that I'm doing. Literally just doing everything just to complete an objective. What fun is there in that when you're not observing and enjoying what you're doing? This is actually killing us very slowly. This is actually killing us. It really is. It's hurting us. It's causing a massive stress levels, massive anxiety levels, massive cortisol levels because we're always trying to rush somewhere to get something done. Like, where the actual fudge are we rushing to? To die? Seriously, where's everybody rushing to? To death? What is everybody in a rush for? Why are we all in a rush for? Why was I in such a rush? Like, what is this for? Seriously, it really does slowly, but actually very quickly kill us. It really does. Trying to just get through every day very quickly, trying to do everything very fast does actually kill us. It causes high cortisol levels. It causes high stress levels. It causes high anxiety. And for what? Seriously, where is everybody rushing to? To death? That's the only outcome. Realistically, that's the only ending. Why are we all rushing to get there? It makes no sense. Like, a really good example of this is look at a tortoise. They move very slow, right? Very slow. And they live up to like 100 years. Some more. Pretty sure some can live up to like 150 or something. Probably even more than that. Correct me if I'm wrong. But I know for a fact that a lot of them live past 100. Because they move slow. Seriously, they move slow. What do you think their cortisol levels are at? Probably non-existent. Like, honestly, even if there's a predator attack, they go and they go into a little shell. There's nothing to worry about. So basically the point is here, stop living in such a rush. Where are you trying to go faster? To die? Why are you trying to die faster? Is anything really worth getting to if you're not enjoying it or the process, at least to a point? Like, yeah, I understand that there's some things that we have to do, that we don't necessarily like, but why rush through it? There's always something to enjoy and find a gold lining in everything. Life is not enjoyable when you're just rushing through everything just to get it done, to try and get to some other place faster, which then from there you're probably trying to get to another place faster, and the cycle continues. Days go by extremely fast without you even noticing where they went and why. So a little bit of why this is such an important subject for me is because I was living fast in basically this fast lane for many years. And when I looked back on these years, I don't even remember half of the things that happened because I was living them so quickly. I don't remember where most of these days and hours and months and years went because I was living them so quickly. I was under so much stress constantly, and I had so much anxiety, and just this stress, it increases our cortisol levels, and that's not good for any part of our body or any part of our mental health. We don't function very well when we are constantly under stress. And I feel like when we live so quickly, we cause ourselves this unnecessary stress. We don't need to live this way. And I feel like it would be great if society would kind of uphold the value of living slower. Living slower in life is such an incredible thing. And I started doing it for many different reasons. But one of the main ones is because I just wanted to enjoy my life without feeling and being in this perpetual state of, I need to get things done, I need to get things done, I need to get things done. I get it. We all have stuff to get done. We do, 100%. But are you really enjoying the majority of your life when you're living in this state? I can answer for you, and more than likely my answer is going to be correct. And the answer is no. When was the last time you remember you were living so quickly, or you just had to get things done and you were moving in such a fast and rapid pace? Did you actually enjoy any part of your day? Everything was just from one objective to the other very, very fast. Like, do you remember anything that you did? More than likely not, because of everything that happened so fast. And because of that, we typically don't enjoy our day. I've noticed many people live like this, and it's just brutal, like you don't even notice where your days go by. You don't even notice where your energy goes because you're living so quickly. And that's what I did. I was living so quickly. I wasn't enjoying life because everything was just one to-do list after another, after another, after another. And who wants to live this way? It feels like a routine jail. What does it mean to live slow? What does it mean to live slower? Living slower is still doing everything you need to get done. It's still doing everything that you need to do, but not doing them in such a perplexingly quickly manner. It's not rushing through everything that you're doing. It's actually doing everything and noticing what you're doing. You may do it in like a little bit of a quicker pace, but not so just to get it done, not rushing through it. Typically, whenever we rush through things, it comes out looking like shit. Right? And I've noticed this in many areas of my life and in many other people's areas of their life. For example, when I've hired people to do a project for me or something and they rush through it, it typically comes out looking like ass. And I don't appreciate that. And I'm sure no one else does too. Whenever we rush through things just to get it done, they typically don't come out as good as they could. I get it. Sometimes we're on a time crunch. Still, nonetheless, take your time with the time that you have so that it can actually come out so much better and you can actually enjoy what you're doing. And because you then enjoy what you're doing, you're doing it slower and you're enjoying what you're doing, it's going to come out so much better. Whatever it is that your routine is, whatever it is that you have to do, don't rush through everything in life because that's how you rush through life. And what's the point of that? Everything can be taken slower in one way or another. Take things slower. And when I noticed that I started to actually live slower and take things slower in my life and actually paying attention to what I'm doing, not just getting it done to get it done, doing things at a little bit of a slower pace and actually noticing what it is that I'm doing, it has helped me immensely. The first thing that it did is it lowered my stress and my cortisol levels dramatically because I wasn't in this state of, I have to get this done, I have to get things done, I have to get things done. Things will always get done, but you don't need to rush through them. Like I mentioned, where are you rushing to die? Take things slower. I understand there's deadlines. Nonetheless, take your time with everything. And if you're under a deadline that is absolutely impossible and it makes you do nothing but rush, you picked a bad deadline or you were given a bad deadline and whoever gave that to you is a moron. People need to stop putting other people under pressure that's not realistic. And if somebody's being lazy, okay, well, that's obviously on them. Don't be lazy. Do things at a timely manner so they can come out very well, so that you're not stressed and so that, you're not causing anybody else any stress. Don't procrastinate either, do things at a good level. And I used to do the same thing. I understand. Like I would rush through things because I was lazy and I procrastinated and I took full blame for that because it came out like shit. 100% that was on me. Accountability here is very important too. Everyone needs to be accountable for everything that they do. If people aren't accountable, how is there any trust? Yeah, so it lowered my stress and my cortisol levels so much because I started to take things slower and I started to actually see what it is that I'm doing. And it made everything so much easier. The second thing that it did is it lowered my pressure on myself. And whenever we have less pressure on ourselves, we are able to do things in a more creative manner. Because we have less pressure, we are able to open up more. And I feel like this can be said for everybody. The less pressure people have, the more comfortable they are to do what they truly feel needs to be done. And I feel like the best work from all of us comes from this place of peace. I want to add a really quick example about this. What kind of surgeon would you want to be doing surgery on you? Do you want somebody who is stressed and has anxiety? Or would you want a surgeon that is calm? You don't want somebody who is stressed to be performing surgery on you, correct? I mean, if you do, all the more to you, all the more power. But I would personally want a surgeon that is calm and at peace to be doing surgery. Peace and stress can never coexist at the same time. You don't feel stressed if you're at peace. And you don't feel peace if you're stressed. And whenever we're at peace, we always are able to produce more. Basically, we're in this state of I would like to instead of I have to. Okay, so if we change even that phrase within ourselves, I get to instead of I have to, I feel like that also relieves a lot of pressure. So living slower definitely lowered a lot of pressure that I had on myself, which therefore gave me so much better results and allowed me to actually enjoy what I was doing, which leads me to number 3, which is enjoying life. I started to actually enjoy all of my routines and everything that I do have to do or I do get to do throughout my day. Because I'm actually enjoying everything, the result is so much better. And I actually get pleasure from it. I mean, wouldn't you rather do something that you get pleasure from instead of annoyance from? It actually made me enjoy everything that I'm doing, even on a daily basis, everything that I did put as a to-do list for myself. When I'm doing it slower, I'm actually enjoying what I'm doing. And I actually get pleasure from it. Even if it's something I've done thousands of times, I actually enjoy it more when I'm doing it a little bit slower. Which actually leads me to the next point, which is number 4. I've gained more awareness and being more conscious in my daily routine and my daily moment-to-moment task. So I started enjoying everything that I'm doing. And through this enjoying process, I'm more aware and more conscious of everything that I'm doing. And because I'm more conscious and aware, that leads me to less mistakes, less mess ups, less problems. Because I'm actually aware and conscious of everything that I'm doing, of all the movements, all the positions, the way I'm talking, for example, everything that I'm saying, everything that I'm physically doing. I'm more aware and I notice more things. I pay attention to more detail because I'm doing it slower. And I'm not saying you have to be a complete tortoise. I'm just saying slowing down from that complete or rapid movement that everybody's always doing, everyone being on the rush everywhere. Just slowing down and doing things a little bit slower so you can notice what you're doing, enjoy it, have less pressure, and actually see what you're doing, actually seeing it and paying attention to what you're doing rather than just doing it to finish it. That's not fun. I don't feel like anybody really enjoys life at that point. Because I become more aware and more conscious, I have gained a clear mind, which has given me more clarity in everything that I'm doing. So a really good example is you take a pond and you throw a rock in it and you see all these ripples. Obviously, you can't really see the reflection of yourself when there's a ton of ripples. But when it's calm, you can see the reflection and you can see the clarity. And so whenever you're moving a little bit slower and doing things a little bit slower, you have much more clarity into what needs to be done and how to do it. Nothing is moving so rapid and so quickly. Everything is going slower. And so there's so much more clarity. I mean, realistically, think about it. When you're walking through water, like a clear lake, right? Are you gonna notice more of a reflection when you're moving very quickly or swimming quickly, or when you're walking slower? Same concept. You know, when you're doing things a little bit slower, you have a lot more clarity because you have a lot more vision of what's happening. And that leads to number 6. So because there's more clarity of life, there's more clarity of mind, everything is more calm, and there's more available and easily seen solutions. Again, goes back to the pond analogy. Whenever you are looking for a solution and you're moving very, very rapidly, more than likely the solution is not going to show up. But when you are moving a little slower and you're looking for a solution, you're more likely to notice a solution because you're more aware, have more clarity, and your mind is a lot more clear. Putting all of this wonderful stuff together, living a little slower, and again, I'm going to reiterate, not tortoise status, that's a bit extreme, but slower than what people typically live will definitely cause less stress, less cortisol in our bodies, less pressure, actually enjoying life, more awareness and more consciousness in what we're doing, and a clear mind, meaning more clarity in life and in all of your actions that will cause you to be more calm and give more solutions. My favorite, one of my favorite sayings, especially that has to do with this, is slow is smooth and smooth is fast. When you're doing things at a little bit of a slower pace, I'm not talking about complete tortoise status. I'm talking about just not so crazy rapid. Okay, you are going a little bit slower and everything is a lot smoother. And when things are going smooth, they're actually moving quickly. And because you have all these things tied up in this beautiful little bow, that's actually propelling you faster than trying to do things very quickly. Yeah, I think the biggest takeaway from this is enjoy life. Stop moving so fast through it. Where are you rushing to? To die? Why do you need to die so fast? There's no need for that. We're all going to end up in the same place in a certain amount of time anyway. Why not enjoy everything you're doing instead of just trying to rush through it? Why rush through life? Actually enjoy it. Life is great. Allow it to be great. Allow yourself to enjoy it. Allow yourself to have fun with it. Life is absolutely amazing if you allow yourself to truly see it and enjoy it. So don't live so fast. There's no reason to live fast. Not at all. Everything is always going to come at the perfect time. Always. Remember, slow is smooth and smooth is fast. That's key. But yeah, so that is my piece of advice for this particular video is no one needs to live fast. Let's all live a little slower, and I guarantee you that your life is going to be more enjoyable. So I challenge you guys, try this for a week. Anything you're doing, go a little bit slower. Whether you're cooking breakfast, making coffee, doing your work, just go a little slower. I promise you, you're going to notice solutions pop up. You're going to notice things you've never noticed before. You're going to gain more awareness, and you're going to notice that your blood pressure probably went down. So yeah, I challenge you guys to try this for 1 week. After you try this, comment below and let me know how it went. And if you are actually up for the challenge, comment below and say ready for the challenge. But thank you guys so much for joining me here today. I greatly appreciate it. And I'm super excited to see you guys in the next video.